This one's gonna be interesting. Let's see if I can read 7 books in 7 days. Here's the lineup. Book number 1 is going to be A Psalm for the Wild Built. I have read this before and I know I'm gonna love it and I wanna reread it, so it's gonna be number 1, so we start off strong. Then number 2 is Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. This one I've had on my shelf for the longest time and I'm excited to get to it. Oh, all of these are really short, by the way, because that's the only way I'm gonna get through this. Next is The Pachinko Parlor by Elisa Shuadusabin. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. I'm excited for this one too. I thrifted this a long time ago and it's been on my shelf forever, so finally getting to it. Number 4, we're going for another reread, A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. I've read this as well. This is book 2 to A Psalm for the Wild Built. So I know I love this. It's gonna be a good little pick-me-up in the middle of this video. Then we have Heaven by Miko Kawakami. I've heard really good things about this book, so that's exciting. Number 6 is The Woman in the Purple Skirt by Natsuko Imamura. I haven't heard anything about this. I picked this up when I was in Copenhagen a while ago because it sounded good. I think it's kind of like a thriller mystery, so this one will be fun. And then last but not least, number 7 is Like a Charm by Carrie Barrett. This one just seems super cute, so I put it at the end so we can get a nice little cheerful, cozy book at the end of this video. Let's go talk to day 1 Megan. Here we go, day 1. We're starting off with one that I have read before, but I have been dying to reread this duology. I think it's definitely one of my favorite books of all time, so I'm excited to have an excuse to reread it. Let's start. Okay, I'm back inside now because it is ridiculously hot outside, actually. I realize I haven't really told you what this is even about yet. Like all of the books in this video, it's short. All of these are going to be around 200 pages, sometimes less, okay? A Psalm for the Wild Built is this cozy little book about a tea monk named Sibling Dex, and they're feeling kind of lost in life. It's also about a curious, wild robot named Moscap who just wants to know, what do people really need? It's not plot heavy, it's quiet, it's thoughtful, and it sort of feels like drinking a little mug of tea on a rainy day. The characters are warm and memorable, and the vibe is sort of Studio Ghibli meets The Little Prince. And like I said, it's short, it's easy to read in just 1 or 2 sittings, and it leaves you with that comforting reminder that it's okay not to have everything figured out. The only thing that I think it's necessary to know before going in is that it's more of a philosophical conversation rather than like a fast-paced story. So if you like cozy, reflective reads that make you slow down and think, this one's for you. I finished it. 5 stars again, of course. It is so good, and it will always be so good. Every time I read it, I notice something different or learn something new, and I connect with something different, so it still holds up. It's still one of my favorite books of all time. A Psalm for the Wild Built. Now, moving on to Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this, then I will update you kind of on what it's about once I know. Okay, little update. Days at the Murasaki Bookshop follows Takako, a young woman who moves into her uncle's secondhand bookstore. I'm only on page 53, but from what I can understand through the books and the shop's community, Takako is gonna find healing, connection, and a deeper appreciation for life and the people around her. Right now, she has kind of a bad attitude, if we're being honest. She does not like her uncle very much, and she basically just sleeps all the time and ignores everybody if she's not working in the shop. So I think it's going to be like a coming of happiness type story. I obviously need to finish this because I was supposed to finish it yesterday, so we need to finish it today so I can start reading the third book tonight. Time crunch. Okay, let's do it. Days at the Morisaki bookshop. I liked her. I thought it was cute. It was fun. I liked the first part. This is separated into two parts. I liked part 1 a lot better than part 2. I thought part 1 was like cozy. It was fun to watch her go stay at her uncle's bookshop, and I just liked it a lot more than part 2. Part 2 felt very, I don't know, forced or quick to me, I guess. But overall, still, I gave it 4 stars because it was enjoyable and it was cozy, and it made me laugh at times and stuff. And however, plot-wise and structure-wise, it just felt a little bit messy, a little bit quick. So yeah, that took a star off for me. But 4 stars is still really good. I'm gonna keep this on my shelf. It's still a fun one that I might pick up again some other day. All right, we're moving on to the pachinko parlor. I said it in the intro, I know nothing about this book. I've never heard anyone read of it or anything, so I'm excited to just dive in and see what it's about. Let me get a little bit closer to ya. I'm gonna give this one 2 stars. Not because I didn't like it. It really wasn't bad. However, it was just kind of slow. Like nothing really happens in it. It basically just explores the relationship between like your elders and your family in general, and also where you're from, and like if you're obligated to know where you're from or have a connection to it. And so in that respect, it is nice, and it did execute that well. Like I feel like I know these characters, which is sometimes hard to do in such a short little book. But so that's why it's 2 stars. However, I just don't think I'd ever read it again, and I don't necessarily know if I would recommend it to someone unless I know that this is something that they would like. So there you go. I'm gonna try to get this done right now in one sitting. Same thing as The Song for the Wild Bill. I have read this before and loved it. It was 5 stars then. We'll see what it is now, but I'm assuming it's gonna be 5 stars again. I say we just jump in, and I have a bunch of tabs in this one, which is crazy for me to tab a book, but I only tab ones that I love. It's basically the same storyline. We're following Dex, T-Monk, and Moscap the robot. In the first book, they're going on more of a quest for Dex's sake. Dex kind of needs to figure some things out about themselves. And in this one, we're following more of Moscap's journey and them going around and kind of asking people what the purpose of life is and trying to figure that out. Let's just jump in. I'm excited to read one that I know I'm gonna like again. Okay, A Prayer for the Crown Shy. Of course, this is 5 stars. There would be no doubt about that. There really isn't much to say about this one that is different from what I said about A Psalm for the Wild Bill. I love these books, absolutely love these books. I cannot recommend them enough. I will always recommend these books until the day that I am not of this earth anymore. They are cozy, they are introspective, they are beautiful. Truly, truly love these books. Let's move on to the next one. It's officially crunch time, okay? It is day 7, and guess how many books I have left to read? 3. I have 3 books left to read. So today we're gonna get into it, okay? We're gonna get all 3 of those books done today. Got it? Let me go get the books that we're reading today. Okay, we have Heaven, which we'll be reading first, and I am currently on chapter 3 of this. It's okay so far, it's okay. I'll do some more updates as I'm reading, but it's a little bit hard to read at some points. And then we've had a roster change. I just recently got this book and I want to read it more than I wanted to read whichever other one I had. I can't even remember the name of it right now, but it's I Who Have Never Known Men. Everybody says that this book is amazing, and I got it at the bookstore the other day, so I switched the roster so I could read this one. Then we have Like a Charm last. We gotta get started. I have to change into my comfies. Whoa, 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 that's better. Got my comfy shirt on, got my slippers on. Let's just go. Let's get this done. Guys, I did not like this book. Ugh, I ended up giving it 2 stars because it's just like, ugh. It's not nice for me to read, and I think it's supposed to be that way, but I just don't like it. Basically, the scenes where these two are being bullied are just very, very like graphic, and it's very hard for me to imagine those kinds of things happening, and I get like emotional about it. And it wasn't icky, gave me the heebie-jeebies, but in like a good, wow, this book is so good way. It was like I was disgusted by these scenes and I didn't want to pick this book up anymore. And I don't think I would be recommending it to anyone else as well. So there's that. Now that that's done, we are gonna get into I Who Have Never Known Men. Let's go. I'm in the same place, but of course I need my sunglasses now. Let's start. It says that this book has yet to enter mainstream awareness. I would disagree. I think this one is beloved by a lot of people now. Okay, I officially finished I Who Have Never Known Men. It is still 5:45 on day 7, and I'm gonna start Like a Charm in about probably like 2 hours, so I can get that one finished today. However, I liked this one. I liked it a lot. I ended up giving it 4 stars, I think. The more I sit with it, the more I like it. Basically, we're following this child in the beginning, woman later in the book, but she is stuck in a bunker with 40 other women. Basically, they are stuck in this bunker and they don't remember getting there, they don't remember how they got there, and they don't remember why they're there, what brought them there. And this child essentially she's the only child in the bunker. Everyone else is a woman, right? So she's even more isolated and lonely, and she ends up being like this key essential part to their escape eventually. And the story is just, it's very, very good and very touching, and it's also very frustrating. It's very frustrating. So yeah, 4 stars. But let's move on to Like a Charm. I don't know how I'm liking this so far. Kind of weird. I'm on page 54 already, and it's 8:40. Just kind of weird. It's like cozy and nice in a sense. However, the writing is sometimes a little bit weird, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. I guess we'll just keep going. And that's it. 7 books in 7 days. Let's do a quick wrap up because I have thoughts. First, we did A Psalm for the Wild Bill. It is bright, so I'll probably be squinting this whole time, but first we did A Psalm for the Wild Bill, and it was 5 stars. rom-coms. This book feels like taking a deep breath that you didn't know you needed. If you like gentle philosophical stories that ask big questions without stressing you out, you'd like this one. Then we read Days at the Murasaki Bookshop. I gave this one, I think 3 out of 5 stars, right? This book feels like wandering into a cozy secondhand bookshop and finding a new home among the shelves. If you like Before the Coffee Gets Cold or slice of life Japanese style books, then this one is right up your alley. Then we read The Pachinko Parlor. I ended up giving this one 2 stars. This book feels like a quiet observation. It's intimate, it's delicate, it has a lot of depth between the lines. It was just a bit too slow for me. If you like minimalist, introspective stories that linger on like this family dynamic, then this one is for you. Then we read A Prayer for the Crown Shy. I of course gave this 5 stars as well. This feels like a warm hug from an old friend, and it's cozy, it's tender, it's hopeful. And of course, if you like A Psalm for the Wild Built, you will love this continuation. Then we read Heaven. I gave this one 2 stars as well. This book feels like you're standing in the middle of a storm. It's raw, it's painful, it's unforgettable, and it was just a bit too much for me personally. However, if you like intense, heavily emotional coming of age stories, then this one will definitely stick with you. Then I read I Who Have Never Known Men. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I actually really liked this, and I think I talked about this in my summary, but the more I sit and think about it, the more I like it, and I might need to reread it as well. This book feels like being dropped in the middle of a haunting dream. If you like The Handmaid's Tale or any type of unsettling dystopian read, this is for you. Then last we read Like a Charm. I ended up giving this 3 stars. It was kind of just middle of the road for me. This book, it feels like curling up with a nice magical escape, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it is a good time, but that's really it. There's nothing really exciting about it. However, if you like rom-coms with like a magical twist, you may like this one. All right, so 7 books in 7 days. Oh, done. I think I need a nap. But I also kind of want to do this again, mostly because I want to read I Who Have Never Known Men again. So maybe we'll do it again sometime soon. Let me know which of these books you've read or which of them you're going to be adding to your TBR. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully you stick around and read another book with me. See you next time. Bye.